안녕하세요. 이름이 Peter입니다, which is Korean for hello, and my name is Peter. So we're back again, I hope, to go ahead and make some sushi, or what we'll call wraps or rolls, because actually sushi is not a roll. This time we're going to go ahead and take and make a reverse roll again, but we're going to use the sesame seed. I've already made my rice that you've seen in my first video, so we're going to take another bit of this rice and put it into the bowl here. Of course my hands are clean, but we're going to wet them down a little bit so the rice doesn't stick. Okay, so here we go. We got wet hands there. Got the rice, and we're going to add one more ingredient to this. So I'm going to roll past here. Of course I have my assistants with me, but we also have one more ingredient which helps out while you're working on this, and that is the famous Dongdongju, which we are going to go over on how to make that, which I learned in South Korea, but I like it a little bit warm, so I'm going to pour it in my sake container. There's my sake container. And this is going to help me to focus on making the reverse roll. So first things first, why don't you have a drink of Dongdongju with me, or what we call makgeolli. Wonderful. And that is my second drink of makgeolli, which is pretty light anyway. So here we go. You know, making these reverse rolls, it's unbelievable. You can take and do this, the California rolls. It's so inexpensive to do it yourself. You know, you're paying $5, $6, $10 a piece. I guarantee you that you're going to take, when you make this yourself, it's going to be cheaper. And I'll tell you what, you're going to have a lot of fun because you're doing it yourself. One other thing I didn't tell you about, the last video that I made here, we made the rice. I told you how to do that. But what I didn't do is tell you to add some, you have to add some rice vinegar. Like about, I would say 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, okay? And that will give it a little bit of flavor. I always wondered how come my rice never turned out the way the restaurants did, and that was because they had that rice vinegar. So here we go. Here's my rice. Again, I'm making a ball here, okay, for the rice. It's sticky. You can see it's not. It's in the bowl itself. It's not, but it's got a sticky consistency to it. So we're going to take and put that on our bamboo. All right, and we're going to add a little more to it. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm not going halfway. I'm going a little less than halfway, but I'm really putting this down heavy. I want to make sure that all the corners are filled nice, so we get a nice roll. You know, you get better at this as you go on. The first couple ones I make, even if I made them for a while, don't turn out as nice. But after you make a few of them, you get pretty good at this. You can actually make them fast. So, okay, here we go again. This time we're going to add a little bit of sriracha sauce with mayo, and that's kind of their secret hot sauce, okay? When I say their, I mean people who are sushi makers or California roll makers. We're going to take some more of this crab meat. This is healthy, 90 calories, 0 gram fat, Lewis Kemp. That's a plug for Lewis, I guess. And we're going to take and put that in there. And then we have a little bit of onions here that Lexi has diced, and Lexi and Abby are my assistants, which I'm going to show you just a second here. And here they are again. That's Lexi and that's Abby, and they're kind of helping me out with all this. They've done all the prep work on this, by the way, which is great, so Dad doesn't have to do the prep work. And you know, that's kind of nice. So we're making this here. Now we've got the avocado in there, we've got the crab meat in there, now we're missing the carrots. Carrots are here. And the difference with the carrots are this, like I showed you in my last film there, is that we boil them for about 7 to 10 minutes so you get them kind of soft, okay? Otherwise they're too crunchy. Just lay that in there like that. This time I'm going to put a little bit of hot sriracha and mayo in there. Okay, kind of kick it up a little bit. You can put in the wasabi if you want. I like this stuff here, but you can use whatever you want, okay? Again, go to the Oriental store, it has all of this, all right? So you can use whatever you want. Now, we're going to roll this now. If you notice on my bamboo, and I'll do it both ways. Next time I do this, I'll show you how I do it without the plastic wrap. But the plastic wrap kind of sets it up where it doesn't stick as much. So here we go. We'll just kind of ease it over. Okay, make sure everything's in, right? Echo sugo hasemeda. Okay, so we're gonna try this. Here we go. And I think we're gonna stop right there because guess what? It's time for another drink of Korean makgeolli. Which, by the way, we're gonna do this next time I show you guys. Probably next week I'll show you how I made Korean makgeolli from scratch and how I learned, and then it's gonna be a lot of fun. But here we go. I don't think anybody has ever tasted anything quite like that. It's not Miller beer, I'll tell you that.
It's gross.
Yeah, the girls don't like it.
I think it's alright.
Well,
You like it?
yeah, Abby
Oh,
says it's
okay.
okay. Lexi's kind of like, no, I don't like it. So here we go. We're finishing our roll. Bringing it around. Okay, pressing hard. You got to press hard on the last, especially on the last setup there. And let's see how that turned out. Well, let's bring it around a little more. There we go. Just like that.
You turned out pretty good.
Okay, cool. There it is. Now I'm going to take this off of here, this plastic, because I'm going to go back to the traditional way that I learned. And actually, I like it better than the plastic. The plastic's okay. It makes it, maybe for somebody else, but not for me. And there's Gracie, our dog. She's looking to see if she can have something to eat there. Okay, so now, this time we're going to put sesame seed over the top of this. So basically, there's a roasted sesame seed, and I just touch it over the top like that. A lot of people are used to having that instead of the masago. I like them both ways. Yeah, I like masago better. It's more expensive, but again, this is all very inexpensive. The masago, I think I paid, if I paid $4 for it, I paid a lot. And, you know, so it's not much. That whole thing here from the Korean store, that's the masago. So anyways, and that's what, it's just roll, fish roll. And which is fish eggs. But people say, oh, I'm not eating that. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. Believe me, it's not. It's just crunchy. It doesn't taste like anything. It's really good. Okay, so now here we go again. Take our Amway sharpener, and we'll sharpen our blade. Wipe that off. Add a little more water. Why am I adding the water? Because the water causes that sticky rice that'll stick. It'll cause it to break, so you don't have to worry about it. So we'll cut like that again. And we can do all kinds of fancy stuff with this, you know. Some people like just tuna. Some people like salmon. You know, there's all kinds of ways to make this. But this is cheap. I mean, you know, you're looking at very inexpensive. And, you know, if you make enough of it, you'll be everybody's friend. Believe me, most people that like California rolls are going to love this setup here. And this is the way we set them up, actually, just like that, where you lay them on its side, you know, and then everybody just jumps in and eats. And so, and there's she's going in already, so you know that's cool. And then we'll add some soy sauce to it. Okay, so that's it for that one. And until the next video, Tashi Kupshada.